Hi.
How are you, Wes?
Good.
Good. That was a nice little workout we got to just do.
Yeah, that was fun.
A little burner.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for coming down. We're doing our athlete spotlight for the month of October, and thanks for taking time out of your day and
You're welcome.
busy work schedule. So we have a couple questions. They're like 5 or 6 or so. So the first one is, tell me about your first day at the box. That could be any box.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing CrossFit? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. My first day, well, I started doing CrossFit back when I lived in Minneapolis where I grew up. So my first day was there. And I remember I went with my brother. I dragged him along. And the workout was like, I think it was actually assault bike and wall balls, ironically, which is what we just did. But it was something like 20 seconds on. It was probably like a squat or something. And I remember thinking like, well, this is kind of lame, because I'd been watching like on YouTube, like everyone throwing these weights around and stuff. So it seemed like really simple. But then, and I remember starting, and the coach was just like standing next to me, and he would just be like, just go to your place, and just like kind of quietly like that, not like screaming at me or anything. Kind of like when your dad's upset with you and he like lowers his voice, you know, and is like disappointed, rather than like yelling. But so anyway, it was really hard, and I remember like I was like, and then I remember driving home with my brother and being like, I was like shaking and like nauseous, and I was like, I'm gonna have to pull over. So that was kind of my first introduction to the like intensity of it, I guess. And I only went there for probably, it wasn't, I think it might have even been when I was on winter break from Whitman. So, and then I came back here and went to the CrossFit Walla Walla. And then I've been coming here since Destination CrossFit since it opened, just kind of intermittently.
Yeah,
Took
absolutely.
some breaks in there, man.
We took a little breaks up here and there.
Broke
So
my
tell me
leg.
about how did you get to DCS? Like, what made you decide to come in?
I think just, I don't know, I guess I thought CrossFit was basically just really fun. I think it's kind of like makes a game out of doing a workout, like with the different rep schemes and the competition and everything. And like I said, I was going to the CrossFit Walla Walla, and then that closed, and we came down here. And
Yeah, I think you might have even helped us move.
Yeah, I think so. But I've done some other, you know, fitness related stuff. Like we were talking about, I did a triathlon, or I've done a little bit of that, and I've done some like more just basically, you know, weightlifting stuff. I tried to do that for a little while, but I found like just coming to CrossFit is just like more fun because of the community, and like it's just more sustainable, like we were talking about, and also just like I think it's more functional to my life and my job and stuff, rather than some of those more like, you know, endurance and strength based stuff. So
Tell me a little bit about your job.
So I'm a firefighter paramedic for the city of Walla Walla, and so obviously, you know, it's important to be fit for that job, and it's definitely important to have endurance. I think the number one injury, well, so the main injury is like lower back injuries, because we do a lot of lifting people and lifting equipment and stuff, but then also just like heart attacks. So it is important to have, you know, a strong cardiovascular system, but I think CrossFit's probably the best preparation for that job, because it's the functional movements and varied movements and more dynamic, and lifting and grip strength, and the shorter time domain but more intense workouts is, I think, relevant to that job. So.
That's for sure. I love seeing you guys that come in from there just like crush it. I'm like, okay, you guys can move some weight, and you are super
Hopefully.
hard workers.
Yeah.
And I think that is such a respect, like it's a huge respect for you guys.
Thank you.
So what keeps you coming to DCF? Like what's been, so you kind of have back and forth times and are in and out. So what keeps you coming back?
I think just like I was saying, I think I found that the methodology is like the most helpful to just general fitness and like my job, but also like my life, and wanting to be able to go like outside or go rock climbing and go skiing. When I was training for the triathlon, I kind of felt like I could go for a long time, like I could run or bike for a long time, but I lost a lot of my strength, I think, and I just didn't feel like very strong and capable, other than like that specific event. So I just think this is like the most broad preparation. And like I said, I think it's super fun, and like I look forward to it, and I can look up the workouts, you know, and plan out how I'm going to do it. And then, you know, you make friends down here, and it's only an hour out of your day.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just a doable thing. And
yeah, and Ironman is so, like, it is a lot of work, which is awesome in that respect, because I do think that there is something that comes to, like, having core strength and having this base before going into even long endurance training. Because I've seen some pretty cool things, like you and some of our friends that are part of the Blue Mountain Endurance group. They just, like, you guys all are such a great group of people. And, yeah, it's on the dream list for me someday to do one.
Do it. Yeah.
So what do you tell people in the community about DCF?
I tell them that, so I think usually people are pretty skeptical of CrossFit because they hear about like injuries and stuff. So I just try to kind of tell them, I guess I can just only share my experience with it. And, you know, I've never gotten injured from CrossFit. And I kind of try to tell people that, like, you're probably more likely to get injured if you don't work out, or like people at work are sometimes hurting their backs from lifting people, and then they don't want to lift weights because they don't want to hurt their back. But it's like, well, you probably hurt your back when it's not, you know, you're not conditioning, your core's not strong. So I just tell people that, you know, it's obviously scalable. So like, because people are, I think, intimidated maybe because they see, you know, the CrossFit Games athletes, or they think it's only for military people. And so, you know, I just tell them it's scalable, and I always tell them, like, it's a super diverse crowd down here in terms of athletic ability. You know, you got young people and older people, and just people who are just starting out, or, you know, pregnant women, and, you know, older, you know, everything on the whole spectrum.
The whole spectrum, yeah, absolutely.
And it's actually, like, I would say like there's something that everybody could do. And I mean, I always tell people, like, you know, yeah, you can just like scale it, you can do whatever you want. It's super supportive. And I just try to kind of get them in the door and like kind of demystify that thing that you're just going to get hurt. And I mean, it's like you could get hurt, like you could get hurt doing anything, and you need to start off slow and not get crazy. But I try to just like point out, like,
people love to get crazy. I don't understand.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah, but I think you're less likely to get injured, and probably more likely to be more healthy if you do come down here, or, you know, not necessarily even here, but doing a workout program like this. Yeah. So. Yeah.
So what are some things that have changed for you? So you've been doing CrossFit for a long time. What are some things that have been changing for you, maybe as a result of CrossFit? What kind of happens outside of CrossFit for you?
I think I've definitely paid a lot more attention to my nutrition, because there's a lot in the CrossFit community about nutrition, and there's a lot of resources there, and like you kind of realize that like you can put in a lot of work down here, but if you're not like eating well, you're not going to make a lot of progress.
Yeah.
So that's been a pretty big thing. And then I've definitely noticed, so I've had a couple long hiatuses from CrossFit. One is when I broke my leg skiing, and then one is when I was training for my Ironman. And the biggest thing I noticed there is like how like weak I got, I guess. And it kind of proved to me that like what we do here works, because when I came back, I could like barely do it, but I could also like barely do like pull-ups or just like lifting weight like at work or whatever, like just in general. So that's cool to see that like it actually works. Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, I remember you coming back from that, and, you know, the change, but also it seemed like you were able to bounce back pretty well too, which was pretty cool, I thought, from your injury.
Yeah.
And you've been doing the Open too, which has been pretty cool to see. So, I know you kind of went into this about like what do you tell other people about CrossFit, but what are some things that you have felt have been like effective advice for people who've been on the fence about CrossFit?
I would tell them to just start, because people always say like, well, I'm not in shape to start, and then it's kind of like, well, you're not going to get in shape until you do it. So I just try to, you know, tell them to just start, or like invite them to come down with me, or, you know, we do the free Saturdays. It's kind of a low pressure like thing to just try it and see if you like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to get in the door, but yeah, I just encourage people to give it a try, and kind of try to take, and like I was talking about how it's, you know, not just super strong individuals like anybody can try it, and you can start wherever you are. And you know, there's people, you see the stuff on YouTube about like really elderly people doing it. And so
yeah, it's almost most inspiring is seeing those people who are like from different, varied like walks of life and fitness levels, and just they come in and they work hard. And, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, big things happening in your life. Anything fun and exciting going on?
You know, my life is pretty exciting and fun all the time. No.
That's awesome. Good.
I'm looking forward to the winter. I'm going to be skiing again up at Bluewood, and I just got back from a cruise, which was pretty fun.
Super.
I've really
Did you do any WODs on the cruise?
I've worked out a couple times.
That's good.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, a couple times. But yeah, no, doing the open's been really fun because that was something I did like before I broke my leg, and it's cool to see, you know, how you rank throughout the years, and that's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, I do that. So that's why I do the open. I'm definitely different this year. Just had a baby, and so it's like things change, and it's not this point in time to see where you are. So. Yeah,
but honestly, I'm just looking forward to like getting back into this and hopefully not getting injured, and I can actually try to get like as strong as I was before all that and stuff. And
yeah, and then crush the ski season.
Yeah.
Like, how many days you want to get this year?
Well, I do ski patrol. We have to do 10 days minimum, so I'll probably get maybe like 20 or something. But
all right.
We'll see.
Gotta have goals, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming down.
Absolutely.
And I was glad I got to do a workout with you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll see you again around the box.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks.